Hey, Tuesday at 2 here from Circle B Diecast in Concord, North Carolina. So glad you joined us. Steve Post from Motor Racing Network here, talking NASCAR racing, just having the time of our life. And we're glad you joined us. Again, Plan B Sales Facebook this time. As we're just juggling things around and having all kinds of fun stuff. So that's it. Exactly. Victor is here. Matthew is here. And we'll see a whole host of others all joining us here in the chat room as we continue on. Nashville Super Speedway, Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening, Sunday late night, in multiple segments and stages and portions. Chase Elliott gets his second win of the season and solidifies his spot in the playoffs. And I say solidifies his spot. I think he was in good shape with one win. With his point standings, he was in good shape, but 2 wins. Used to be 1 win you're in. I think now it's 2 wins and you're in. And so 1 win may get you in as we look at it with 12 drivers still sitting there with wins. So if you've got a question about NASCAR racing or want to talk about a little NASCAR racing or anything else, you will you can hit us up over in the chat room and we can go from there. Victor is in the chat room and he is 100% right. It is an awesome win for Chase Elliott, and he swept the concrete racetracks. So yes, Chase Elliott, the concrete king. Remember when Carl Edwards was the concrete king? I think it was Carl. I think it was Carl Edwards was the concrete king. Now Chase Elliott is the concrete king, picking up the win at Dover and picking up the win at Nashville. See what happens at Bristol when we race there in the playoffs in September. So yeah, we'll see what happens with it. We are down to 9 races to go before we get into the playoffs, and it is quite the time in the NASCAR world. When we look at the playoff standings, Chase Elliott leads the playoff standings. Ross Chastain is second. William Byron is third. Joey Logano is fourth, and Denny Hamlin is fifth. All those drivers have 2 wins apiece. Lone race winners, Kyle Larson, Kurt Busch, Daniel Suarez, Kyle Busch, Alex Bowman, Austin Cindric, and Chase Briscoe. Those take us down through 12. And then Ryan Blaney, Martin Truex Jr., Chase, Christopher Bell, Kevin Harvick in on points, Eric Almirola, 9 points back. So we'll see what happens. Victor wanted to know at which race where Kevin Harvick win with 9 races until the playoffs. I got your correction there on that. The challenge with Kevin Harvick in the answer on that, Victor, is it could be any of the 9. When you look at the races left, we've got 3 road courses left. Kevin Harvick's pretty good on road courses with Road America, Indy, and Watkins Glen. We got super speedway races at Atlanta and Daytona. Harvick's won at Daytona. He's a Daytona 500 champion. And so he could win those races. I think the team is performing fairly well. So I don't know. We'll have to see. Brian says Harvick won't win this year as pit crew keeps costing him. Well, he's not alone if that happens. I don't know. It's a tough call as to where he wins. Harvick's good enough to win anywhere. That's the challenge, is that he's good enough to win everywhere, Victor. So I don't know, to pick a track. I think you could pick any of the 9 tracks. We go to Pocono. We go to Michigan. You know, I mean, all tracks that should be good for Kevin Harvick. So I'm having a tough time picking a track where they and you know, I mean, he could win anywhere, or he could, as Brian said, he could go the rest of the year without a win. He's kind of in that spot where nothing would shock me either way. You know, I mean, there's been such a changing of the sport, if you will, with Ross Chastain and Hendrick being so strong over the last 2 or 3 years, that I just don't know where a guy like Harvick fits in as far as wins goes. And so stay tuned. Brian, I think if Victor walked in here and was demanding I give an answer, I think I'm with you, Brian. Michigan might be the pick where I would select it, but not by a long shot. So yeah, so not sure at all. So Matthew is all pumped up because he's going to Road America this weekend. I can't wait to get up there to Wisconsin. Let's see, gonna have some spotted cow beer, gonna have some bratwurst, I'm gonna have cheese curds. Those are three of the four food groups that the old pyramid. Remember, we used to learn that in elementary school. Spotted cow beer, cheese curds, and bratwurst. That's three of the four. I don't know what the other one is. The other one, I'm not sure. The other one might be pizza. I think that's what it is. Yeah. So those are the four food groups. So I can't wait to get up there. Love Road America, and we'll see what happens going forward. But I know we'll have a really, really good race up at Road America this weekend, and should be good as the NASCAR Cup Series rolls into Wisconsin for the 4th of July Classic weekend race. And it's always fun. I can't wait. I love going up there. I can't wait to see how many people show up. The place is always a zoo, always a lot of people. And so we'll see. We'll see how it all goes with Road America this weekend. Chase Elliott, as Matthew said, was the winner last year. Yeah, Chase Elliott could win it again. When I look at Road America, I think what I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking for is I'm going to be looking at Trackhouse Racing. They've won both of the road course races thus far at COTA and Sonoma. I'm going to keep an eye on Roush Fenway Keselowski Racing. Brad was pretty good out at Sonoma. Chris Buescher was second at Sonoma. And I'm going to keep an eye on Michael McDowell. He was third at Sonoma. And I think that's going to be good to see what they do up there, to see if they can back up their performance. The other group I'm going to keep an eye on at Road America this week is Toyota. Remember Sonoma? At Sonoma, the top Toyota was Kurt Busch. I think he was 16th or 17th. And so I'll be anxious to see what the Toyotas do. And we'll see what happens with it. So, time will tell. That's for sure. So, yeah. Races, I sure wish we had the Daytona race this weekend instead. Ray, I'm torn on that. If we still raced on, I think, here's my opinion. When we moved the Daytona race off from the 4th of July, we made it just another Saturday night race. And so, while I'm fine if we're in Daytona July 4th or we're in Road America, I actually like Road America a lot on the 4th of July. I thought it was great last year, and I know it'll be good this weekend. My take on it, Ray, is when we took it off the 4th of July, we kind of lost the tradition of it. That's my opinion, when we made it just a Saturday night race. If we were still racing down there on the 4th of July, on the actual 4th, and they moved it, I think that is a tradition that I would be far more inclined to be in that camp. But it became a Saturday night race in early July in Daytona Beach, Florida. Now it's a Saturday night race toward the end of August in Daytona Beach, Florida, and I do like that it's a cutoff race. So I'm all right with that change. I would not have been all right with that change if it had happened, if they'd have kept it on the 4th of July. Tradition went out the window, I think, in my opinion, and I'm fine with traditions going out the window. I'm not one of those that thinks we need to be running on the beach course at Daytona. I think sometimes some traditions are good to keep, and some traditions are fine that we move on. And that's where I'm at with it, Ray. But it's good, that's for sure. Victor would like to see a NASCAR race at Iowa Speedway again in the near future. So would a lot of people in Iowa, Victor. The challenge with that is where does it come from? And that's always a big problem. It's like, how do we make this happen? And I don't see Iowa as a huge market for NASCAR to take a race there. Now, I could be wrong, or maybe there was a lot of comments this week about the All-Star race moving around from Fox Sports. Maybe that's some scenario that puts us out there in Iowa, Field of Dreams sort of place. But I don't know. I don't know what I expect. My hopes are not all that high that we're going to see, unless maybe we see a truck race out there again or something like that. I don't know what we're going to see in Iowa out there as far as that racetrack goes up in Newton, Iowa. Great place, great town. I'll tell you, Newton, Iowa, you want to talk about some good stuff. The Maytag Cheese Company is there, okay? Now, you may look and be like, well, you're going to Wisconsin. There's cheese curds in Wisconsin. Yes, well, the Maytag Cheese Company is blue cheese. And when I say blue cheese, I mean arguably some of the best blue cheese on the planet. It's not the blue cheese that you get in a jar on the like blue cheese dressing. It's not even the blue cheese you get in crumbles at your local deli. This is blue cheese that is sent worldwide to all of the finest restaurants, and it's made in Newton, Iowa, at the Maytag Cheese Company. I went and did a tour there not too long ago. They keep it in caves. That's one of the reasons that it works really well is there's caves out there in Newton, Iowa. And the lady that runs the plant, I kid you not, was a wonderful woman by the name of Myrna Verploeg. And Myrna Verploeg took me on a tour of the caves of the Maytag Cheese Company. So, Victor, I'm with you. I want to go to Newton, Iowa, so I can have some more blue cheese and see some NASCAR racing. But I don't know that we're doing that. I just don't know. Matthew wants to know, are you going to IRA show at Sheboygan this Thursday? I'm not, Matthew. My schedule is not to get into town until Friday. So I wish Plymouth Fairgrounds has a great, if you're going to Road America early this weekend, Sheboygan, the Plymouth County Fairgrounds, great IRA sprint car race. Chase Briscoe going to be among the competitors there. And I would certainly encourage you to go. When I did my travel schedule, I didn't get a chance to adjust it accordingly. And there's only so many nights in hotel rooms that I can do. And consequently, I opted to keep it as it was with just traveling up on Friday. So wish everyone the bell. We'll be following along on Flow Racing to see what happens up there. And if you are going to Road America up in the Wisconsin area this week, I would suggest you go over there and go over there and check it out. So yeah, it's good stuff. That's Matthew's stomping grounds up there. Oh, he's the big man on campus. He's the big man on campus. Ray wants to know any dirt races in the near future. For me, or for NASCAR. For NASCAR, I don't know. I think we're at an interesting spot for dirt racing. I'm not really sure where we're at with that, and so I don't know what's happening. I have a hunch that we're not going back to Knoxville. It's just a hunch with the trucks. I think we stay Bristol dirt maybe for another year. Yeah. For me, Ray, I think my next dirt track race, let me see. I've got Summer Shootout tonight. I'm going to watch the Smart Modifieds tomorrow night at Caraway. So I'm not hitting my Wednesday night normal place at Millbridge. So that would normally be my next dirt track race. This weekend, I don't know that I'm going to catch any dirt racing at Road America. The next weekend, I'm going to the Bowman Gray Stadium on Saturday night. So my next dirt race will be, I think, Millbridge coming up in a couple of weeks. And then on the weekend, what would it be? The 10th, the 17th, the 15th, and 16th, I'm going to be at Penn Can Speedway in Susquehanna, my home track, and 5 Mile Point Speedway in Binghamton, New York, my two home tracks, my two original home tracks. So, Ray, that's where I'm going. That's the road show. That's where I'm headed as far as that goes. So it's going to be a couple of weeks before I get a little dirt in my beer. Oh, boy, I hope I survive it. That's for sure. This past weekend, though, I got my fill. I was in Houston, South Dakota, and saw maybe the best race I've seen in years. Not maybe. I saw the best race I've seen in years and years and years, the World of Outlaws. So fun stuff. It's good. And I'll get more dirt in my beer before that. So exactly. Victor, you know better. You know better than that, Victor. You know better than that. Asking diecast questions of a diecast chat. Well, no, asking specific diecast questions of me. Victor, I have no earthly idea when we should expect next-gen cars. Call the office. I think you have the number. Shoot a text message. Send a carrier pigeon. Yeah, you know better than ask that, Victor. I'll come up there in Pennsylvania and smack you, boom, right across the head. Just kidding. I don't know. I don't. That's kind of the beauty of what we're doing here now. There you go, Victor. Email. Send an email in and ask a question, and they will reply promptly because they love getting emails around here. Asking a question of me like that on here. Victor, are you new here? Are you new here? Oh my gosh. Can't believe that. We went through this. For those of you who are new here, we used to go through this a lot when we would showcase some diecast. And people would be like, people would say, when's the Casey Kane Farmers Insurance going to be in? And I have no idea. I don't have a computer here to check on it, and I wouldn't know where to check anyhow. I'm just a radio guy. And so what we've done is Jonathan is now doing all of the diecast stuff, and Jonathan's doing the diecast stuff, and I'm just talking racing. So I knew very little in the past sequence of diecast when it's arriving. I know less than very little now. So there you go. So there you have it. Matthew wants to know where I'm going to be. I'm going to be in turn 1. I'm going to be in turn 1 at Road America down there. But Dave Moody will be in turn 3, Matthew, and he'll be looking for you. Just go say hey to the Godfather. That's it. Exactly. So, yeah, I love Road America. I'll be down in turn number 1. They crest the hill. They come down. Green flag goes in the air, and I'll be calling them down into that right-hander up under the Briggs and Stratton Bridge, and then they will go down into turn 3 where Dave Moody will be. Great crew. This is our largest broadcast of the year coming up this week with all of the folks. Dave Moody will send them to Mike Bagley, who will send them up the hill to Tim Catalfamo, who will send them over and down Hurry Downs to Jason Toy, who will send them around the carousel to Dan Hubbard, who will send them over to Canada Corner with Kurt Becker, who will send them up through to the final corner where Eric Morse will bring them back to Jeff Striegel and Alex Hayden in the booth. So we have a great crew. Going to be a lot of fun. But I'm up in turn number 1 at Road America, hanging out, basking in the sunshine, loving my NASCAR racing, and that's what I hope you're doing. Basking in the sunshine this summer and enjoying your NASCAR racing. And buying diecast along the way. Buying diecast all along the way. We've got all the race-winning diecast. And then if your favorite driver wins a race, get right on the horn on right on the computer on Sunday or Monday and get the race-winning T-shirts as well. They usually close about midday on Tuesday. So if you want a race-winning T-shirt, you get that as well. So great stuff. Great diecast available. Just go on there and search around. We talk about shipping times and everything. We've got a lot of diecast in stock that ships out when you purchase it. So we can do that and get those race winners and those future diecasts that you want on pre-order. Remember, all those orders, no charge on your credit or debit card until they ship. So you'll get notification of that. So there you have it. Another Tuesday at 2. Now a little house cleaning here. We are not going to be here next Tuesday at 2. Basically, everybody that is smart enough to run a computer is taking next Tuesday off. I'm not smart enough to run a computer, and so we don't need me in here standing upside down on the screen, not answering your questions about when diecast is going to arrive. So we're just going to nix next week. So we'll be back in 2 weeks with our Tuesday at 2 conversation, and we will have a lot to talk about, I am sure, with Road America and New Hampshire, or no, is it Road America and Atlanta in the wings. So there you have it. There you have it. So no show next week. We really appreciate you joining us. Thanks so much for checking us out here on our Tuesday at 2 podcast, broadcast, video production from Circle B Diecast. I'm the postman, Steve Post from MRN. Thanks for joining us here this week.